This episode of Speak Now, Hold Your Peace is brought to you in part by Green Sister Botanicals, plant-based hair and body care. Visit greensister.com for your hair and body care needs. Stop complaining about them $25, $35 games.
I'm doing great, Jerry.
You like to clap, right? You like to
Yeah,
clap? Yeah, it's all right. The brother is in the Richmond area, but he's from BK all day. Brother David, how you doing, brother?
Yeah, we up in here, nigga. We up in here. We drinking, we popping bottles, nigga. Popping bottles, nigga.
And I just don't give a damn. But when you come out your mouth with something like that, what you saying and all that stuff you say, then I'm gonna address it.
Welcome to Speak Now, Hold Your Peace, a live broadcast with real conversations about community social issues, politics, business, health, self-care, and more. We broadcast live on the Speak Now, Hold Your Peace Facebook group and the Speak Now, Hold Your Peace YouTube channel. And now, here's your host, Say What I Feel, Dre.
Hey, what is going on? Woo! That was good, boy. Woo. Good little exercise. What's going on, people? What's going on?
You got your aerobics for today?
Yes, sir. That tired me out, boy. I tell you. Woo!
That's probably the most that you get in 4 years.
Whatever. Good morning, Facebook. Yes.
Yes.
You too. What's going on, my people? How you doing today? This is Say What I Feel, Dre. Whew. And
What are you feeling, bro?
whew, I'm tired. This Say What I Feel, Dre.
Breath, don't you?
I am. Welcome to the show. Today we're going to talk about Coming to America and Coming to America 2. Oh, I'm sorry. This is unprofessional of me to stop like this, but I'm out of breath. So I have two guests today. I have Brother David Fagan. Oh, should I call you Dr. Frat brother? Okay. Should I call you Dr. Fagan this time around? I mean, we ain't speaking about medical stuff. Can I call you David this time?
Well, it's good that we're not talking about medical stuff because I'm not a medical doctor.
It sounds good, though. It still sounds good.
Yeah, it
So,
does.
I got my frat brother David Fagan. What's going on, my brother? What's going on?
All right, good to see you, Dre.
All right. And I got my roommate from college, King Carl Jaffe Joe. Let me stop. King Carl Walker. Carl Walker. I got Carl Walker here, man. And it's funny because me and Carl used to do Coming to America scenes in the room at night. Like it'd be like, we all about to go to sleep, whatever. Yo, you up? We start doing Coming to America style. It was crazy, man.
The VHS tape we watch every single night.
Yep.
One night we didn't watch that tape.
Yeah.
Every night's a party. Every night's a party.
It was fun, man. We did Coming to America for everything. Yeah, exactly. So now I guess it's Wakanda now, but back then it was Zamunda. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I want to talk about this movie. There's some good stuff about it that people are saying, and some people are saying they ain't really like it. So, as I'm gonna start with you, Carl. Let me know, and then I'll get to you, David. What'd you think of the movie?
I had very mixed feelings about this movie. I think if it wasn't such a big 30-year gap between it, it may have been a little bit better. Because the first movie, they made it to the point where there was a closure. There was no leading to another part two.
Mm-hmm.
So when they made part two, they had nothing to base this on. I think they just made out to whim. Like, we're going to make him a son somewhere, and we just carry on from there. Because the way they implemented a lot of the first one into the second one, it didn't really it didn't really make sense. It just showed some comedy parts from it, but it didn't flow well to me.
Okay.
No.
All right, Dave. What do you think, Dave?
No, I wholeheartedly agree. I mean, actually, Eddie Murphy, I was watching an interview a couple of days ago, and he said that it was happily ever after the first movie.
Right.
But he's also said that out of all the work that he did, Coming to America was the only movie he ever did that had a cult following. So it's kind of like a black people's version of a Rocky Horror Picture Show. People come out and wear crazy.
That's a
and
good
he
way
was
to
saying
put
that
it.
Right.
he was saying that people wear Coming to America costumes at Halloween. There's some restaurant that turns itself into McDowell's every Halloween. Yeah, he said that. So he was like, if we make this movie, there's going to be an audience for it. That being said, it's like Carl just said. I mean, it didn't fit. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of transition from the first movie to the second movie.
Right.
But that being said, my expectations for the movie were low because we've seen sequels like this before, and you don't really expect a lot. So if you love the first one, you want to see where everybody is. I mean, pretty much everybody made it into the second one except Madge Sinclair. She passed, and Sal, he wasn't in it. Personally, I wanted to see the sister, but that's just me because I like chocolate, whatever. But anyway, but I mean, it was what it was. I mean, it was like a reunion of some old friends. And after you see your old friends at homecoming, you chop it up, you're happy, you drink, and then you go on about your life because you're like, okay, I'm not there anymore.
Right. Yeah. Well, I thought at first I was like, as I was watching it, me and Vernell, we was watching it, and then like, okay, I liked it straight out. I liked it because for me it was something different. It was for me. I liked the fact that we watched this movie. Coming to America came out in 88 or something like that. 32 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 32 years later. They make a Coming to America 2. And everybody's in it except for Madge and a couple of other people that I'm going to show on the screen in a little while. But everybody is in this movie 30 years later. So for me, I thought it was fascinating because I'm always fascinated with stuff like this. How I watched Coming to America first and then 2 after it. So I watched Coming to America, and when it went off, 5 minutes later, I'm watching Coming to America 2. So basically, I watched Coming to America, and 30 years later, I did 32 years later in 5 minutes by putting on a movie. And I thought it was fascinating. It was the only time that, even though it's fictional, it was the only time that we can fast forward life. Like, I would love to see, God willing, I would love to see how I'm going to look in 30 years, but I can't. We all have to wait. But with this movie, it's just like, we're looking at this. I'm looking at Coming to America, the first one. I'm like, wow, can't wait to see you 30 years later. And that's just a click of a button of push and play. And it's just like, you get to see 30 years later, just like that. So I was amazed at that. I liked it. I liked the fact that everybody was in it except for a few people. I would have liked to have Stu in it. No, Stu, the guy that fell down the steps, and the landlord. I wanted them, and I wanted Samuel L. Jackson in it. But I don't know what happened with that. There's a few other people I wanted in it.
That's the thing. They couldn't put those people in because Samuel L. Jackson was Robert McDowell's. He can't come to Zamunda and it was no place for him in this one.
He could have robbed the barbershop though. He could have robbed the barbershop.
He could have robbed the barbershop.
But the African connection wouldn't be in the South. That's the problem.
But Dre, I got something for you. I just saw an interview today though, and Eddie Murphy said that he actually has an idea for Coming to America 3. But he says that he wants to do it when he's actually 75. He doesn't want to made up look like 75. So he basically has an idea for a movie 15 years from now. So
wow,
I just thought I'd put that out there. Yeah, I just saw that today on Facebook.
Yeah, look, I would love to see that.
It should stop. No.
You think it should stop?
No. I think this is two was pushing it.
Yeah, and you know what?
Agreed.
You know what, Carl? You know what? I said this to some other people. I think some people that were disappointed in the movie, I've worked with people who had I work with people who are on drugs with substance abuse and stuff, parents from my job, because
Mm-hmm.
you know we had to take work with the kid and the parent. And
Mm-hmm.
I've heard some of them say the first time they got high, it was like an unbelievable feeling, and they continue to get high to chase that feeling that they're never going to get because
Yeah.
it's your first time. So anytime
Right,
it's your
right,
first time
right.
doing something, you're never going to get that feeling or experience again because it won't be your first time. So I think when
Correct.
people saw Coming to America, and they liked it so much, and they loved it. I mean, we all loved it, and we thought it was great, and we thought it was funny. We were looking. I think we were kind of looking for that first time. I think some people were
right.
looking for that first time hype and first time. Oh, that was funny. I love this movie, but they didn't get that because it's not your first time seeing it. You've seen the first one. You're not going to get what you got in
Right,
the
but
first time.
there's some actually real reasons for that, though, because you got to think if you go back to '88, that was the first time that we saw a very fictionalized, idealistic version of Africa. Okay, you
Mm-hmm.
never saw that before. So since then, not only have we had Wakanda, but we've seen enough of Africa to know that it's not huts. Well, most of us should know
Right,
that.
right, right.
So, and Wakanda did a long way of killing that. So that was
Yeah.
gone. Coming to America, the first one was an all black cast. I mean, I was reading that Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall said that Paramount made them pick up a white character. So in this case, that was Louis, the guy in McDonald's,
Mm-hmm.
the
Yeah,
comedian.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they made him pick him up. So they found the funniest white guy they could. So it was an all black movie. Now remember
Uh-huh.
back in the day, all we had was the Spike Lee movies, right? So
Right,
Coming to
right.
America, that was something new. But an all black movie now, I mean, that's a Tyler Perry movie. That's not exciting. So a lot of the things that was a first time experience back in '88, it's
Mm-hmm.
commonplace now.
Yeah, that's
Right.
true. But also the characters that they had there, we had a stage back in that era where Eddie Murphy did his Raw, all the other comedy shows, Arsenio Hall did his stuff. They had a premise to what they were doing. So we knew the type of comedy they were bringing. People now don't know what they did then because those shows are play now. So to
Mhm.
them, it's like, whatever. So it's not going to be as funny to them. They don't understand the humor. My
Right.
wife,
Right.
she watched it with me, and she saw it for them, but she doesn't remember a lot of it. But she watched it, and I think she just takes it face value. But what I was more comparing apples to apples, and just seeing what they brought to the table.
Right.
But that
Right.
millennial gap is huge. It's 30 years.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
but you're right though, because a lot of those jokes don't stand on their own because they were all linked to the first movie. So unless you're a
Mm-hmm.
dedicated fan and could go along like the three of us are, where you can actually go along with the lines from the first movie, and when you see stuff like the things with the Mortimer, the Dukes, and I mean all that,
Yeah.
that's really deep into the details of the first one. That if you're not at that level, it's going to go right over your head if you watch the second movie.
Yep.
And
That's
it's true
true.
because, just like at the very, very end, when they say, how you did the first one, where's the soup?
Oh,
Take the
oh, wait,
soup.
wait,
Where's
wait.
the
Don't say
spoon?
nothing. Wait. Hold up, Carl. Let me interrupt you. I'm sorry. You can get right
Yes.
back to it. If you didn't see it yet, you might want to get off. I'm gonna try not to. I'm gonna try not to talk about the movie, certain parts of it.
Okay.
So
All
if you didn't see it, you might want to get off. Go ahead, Carl.
Right. So
Spoiler
that
alert.
part in the first one, we remember that, and it was funny to us. Like,
Right.
ha.
Yeah,
But in the
exactly.
second one, he did it again. And my wife's sitting there, she's looking at it like, okay, but I'm like, it's funny because I can compare it to the first one, but it wasn't as
Yeah.
funny. So I still
Right.
enjoyed that little part of it.
Yeah, it's never funny the
Right.
second time around. Even the Velvet,
No.
is it Velvet? I mean,
Yeah.
it's like haha.
Right. Wow. Yeah. I tell you, man. I think I might watch it again. Like I can appreciate. Like
I'll
I can
watch
watch
it
it again, and
Yeah.
and I can really appreciate it. And I think now, if I go ahead, David, you got it.
But it's real quick. And also, the thing is, remember the rating. The first one was rated R, right? So the second
Right.
one was rated PG-13. That was my
Uh-huh.
daughter. But
Yeah.
the cool thing about it is that now my son has seen the first one on TBS, so he has seen the scaled down version, right?
Uh-huh.
The radio, the TV edited, and now he can actually watch the second one. I mean, I still think there's a lot of language and there's some scenes in there that I can't believe is PG-13. specifically the scene with Leslie Jones in the hot tub. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah,
I was like, that's PG-13, really?
The new PG-13 is totally different from the old PG-13.
Yeah, we called it R back in the day.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, man. So let me say hi. Hey, tell her to come on to the mic. Let me just say hi to her,
but
man.
She can't hear you. That's all right. She tried to.
Oh, okay. She's getting the cat.
She's dealing with the cat. Mm-hmm.
So now some of the people that didn't like it, and Vernell brought this up too. I don't remember exactly what she said, but it was something about them portraying Eddie Murphy having a bastard son. Trying to, all black people have kids and don't know about them and stuff like that. So, what's your take? Right. What's your take on that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I understand what you're saying because they did run it into the ground because at one point in time they called the kid, they were referring to him as his bastard son.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
The first couple of times, okay, it's funny, but that's not his name, Right. And I think it's something that Carl said earlier about, there really not being a easy way to segue from the first movie to the second movie. Mm-hmm. So they had to create this. I mean, they did the CGI, the scene in the nightclub to kind of make something happen that didn't happen. Right. I mean, it's a stereotype. I mean, it's a trope. Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay. And I didn't even catch on to that until Vernell said something. So
that makes sense, though.
Yeah.
I guess a stereotype.
I guess they put their own little spin on it. You know what I'm saying? Raise that cup again.
NYG, baby.
That's nice. Yeah. I like that. But anyway, get back on the subject. So look, I want to do a little something with y'all real quick, man. You know what? Let me wait. Let me talk about one more thing with Coming to America. I think I just lost my train of thought. I think if they come out with a 3, right? Mm-hmm. I would like to see. Wait a minute. You know what? I'm gonna skip that because I just thought about something else that Vernell said. One of the things that some people would complain about or have an issue is that how Akeem, I kind of didn't really believe that. I guess it's him that didn't really believe it, or they portrayed it as a woman couldn't be heir to the throne. It had to be a man. Right. So I thought that was. I didn't even think about that until she said something.
That's realistic, though. I think that's the culture in itself. Mm-hmm. Women are not in power positions.
Right.
So, therefore, even in our country, when have we ever had a woman president? I don't think they see women in power roles because, I don't know why, but they don't. So I think he was just trying to say, listen, we're going to change this culture and you're going to be my successor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the thing about it, though, in 2020, and this was, like you said, them trying to create a story from not a logical story. The wife says something to him in the end. She says, you came back and you were supposed to change things. And you definitely get the impression 30 years later, he didn't really change Zamunda. I mean, James Earl Jones' character, what happens to him in the movie, but things don't seem to be changed for the last 30 years. Right. I find that a little unbelievable. You understand what I'm saying? Especially in the world that we're living in now. I mean, female heads of state is not uncommon in the rest of the world. Right. Especially in Africa and India. I mean, they're all over the place. So to me, that was kind of dated. And again, this is what happens when you try to create a story from, there's not
30 years ago. Yeah, and James Earl Jones, he said that Akeem was weak, and he said he was going to get killed because he was weak, and he ain't make no changes. And I can remember now.
That's a good point.
Yeah, and I think the dad was a lot stronger because even on the way home at the end of the movie and Coming to America, he's like, he said it was something. Who am I to change it?
Yeah. And she says, "You're the king." Right.
I thought you were the king.
You were the king.
So do your damn job, and that's what he did.
Right.
A
And
king.
30 years later, though, still nothing was in. What really changed 30 years? You know, women
That's
are
true.
still second-class citizens. They still have problems with you dating or marrying somebody that wasn't from Zamunda or who they wanted you to marry.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah. So Carl, what's your favorite part of the movie? Favorite part?
You know what? I don't know yet.
You don't know yet? Take some
I
time.
don't really had a favorite part. I mean, I enjoyed the ending when he talked about the soup or whatever he was talking about, but I don't really have a favorite part of this movie yet.
Okay.
I tell you what I don't like was Wesley Snipes. I didn't like his character.
No.
Rob,
No, I did not like it. I did not like his part.
Man. I got
that was such a disadvantage, such a hurtful thing to see and coming to America. It just really ruined that whole vibe of that part.
Wow.
I got to split with the homies. I'm sorry. I mean, seriously, knowing the roles that he's played, he always plays a more serious role. I mean, he has done some comedy, you know, White Man Can't Jump over the years. I just thought he was having fun, but that's what I like to see. In movies, sometimes I like to see the actors, especially if they got a large body of work, where they're smiling and they're enjoying themselves. I mean,
Right.
but to me, that's what this movie was. It was a reunion. It was homecoming.
No, but Wesley Snipes himself, yes, I understand his character and who he is, and that fit his bill entirely. But to fit into Coming to America, like that really, that swag was not hitting it for me.
Wow.
All right. You thought it was coonish.
Coonish.
Way too much, bro.
Coonish. That's funny.
All right. That's fair enough. That's cool. I can see it. I understand that, but you know.
Man, we would have got a sneak preview before it came out, and we didn't know. We like Wesley Snipes in it. We like, yo, Wesley Snipes in it.
I ain't know either. So cool.
Wesley Snipes.
I'm coming.
Yeah. Oh man. All right, y'all. So look, now we gonna play a little. We gonna not like a game, but we gonna just do a little something here.
Oh,
if you let me just see how I want to do this, because there's a couple of ways we could do it. All right, so I'm just going to give you a couple of them, and if you can tell me what line they said, then you the man. You get a point. You the man. Whatever. I ain't giving out money. All right. So
come on.
That's great. All right, let's roll. Let's go.
So first, before we do this, I want to pay homage to those who weren't in the movie, the second one. All right. So I want to say, Madge, rest in peace. All right.
Rest in honor.
Yep.
She's still always going to be the queen, boy. She's still always going to be the queen.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And let's not forget her. Go on, honey. Right. Take a chance. What did he say? Anybody know his line?
Zamunda. He's the prince of king of Zamunda. This moment is this moment of my life.
I cannot believe it. It is you. Greetings, Your Highness.
And then don't forget the follow-up. Who is that? Oh, just some man I met in the bathroom.
Hey, look. May I please take your picture? All right. So here's another one.
Okay.
What's the line?
Frankie Fazan.
Yeah, what's the line?
Oh, well, so many.
Hey, Stu!
Like
Yo, Red Stu, mother! And don't be pulling out that falling down the stairs routine. You conscious?
Here it goes. Oh, we want something very meek and humble. Yeah, you'll like that first floor. It's a real hellhole.
What did he say? He's like, we seek meager accommodations. Excuse me? We desire a room that's very poor. So this is the room that I was telling you about. It's real. No. All right, so here we go. Y'all know who she was, right? They need to keep her. They should have brought her back. They should have brought her back in there. They should have brought her back in there. But when did they replace the Rose Peddlers though? Like when they get, like when did they replace them? How old you got to be to retire from that?
They never said. We don't know.
They had 3 new ones there. I guess they quit and went on.
I got rid of my Rose Peddlers a long time ago, so I don't know anymore.
Oh, you funny. Yeah, remember?
Oh, that's a whole other show. Okay.
Yes, it is. All right, he wasn't in it, but that's him. I think I'll show you. Old Daryl. Old Daryl.
Yeah, I wish he was. That would be good to have him come back somewhere.
Yeah, they could have put him in there, and can't forget about her, old Birdie. If you're a real prince, I'll marry you.
I'll marry you.
She don't look too much different.
Though.
Did she?
Did she pass? I
don't know. But she was funny. She's a cute old lady. She don't look too much different than what she do now.
No.
And they look exactly the same, so I don't even have a comparison. His mama named him Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay.
That's Arsenio. That's all makeup. So
yeah,
but y'all getting Allison Dean, who played the sister.
Oh, I got her. I just wanted
right.
I wanted to give shout out to Cuba Gooding Jr. with the fro, with the fake fro.
Now, you know, I was looking at the dude in the chair, and I'm like saying, y'all need to see who that was because they could have done something with that. If that should have been Cuba Gooding Jr.'s son or his brother who looks like him, something.
Yeah.
They should have done something with that. I didn't recognize the guy that was in the chair.
Oh yeah. Now she looks totally different. She looks better than what she did at 31.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I agree.
She looked like she works out too.
Yeah.
Vanessa Bell. She's been on she played on what's that show? Something DC. The District. That's what it was.
Yeah, the District.
She had a good role on that. Yeah.
Hey, little man.
And then there's Patrice.
Patrice, that's David's girl.
That's Patrice. Ain't nobody gonna give you a gift like this unless if you're giving him a little booty.
but the thing is, to be honest, and I don't know if you do want to touch on this. I did detect a lot of colorism in the first movie though, because how they treated her character. You know, she's dark skinned, and then the sister, you know, was kind of the good girl, and she was moral and upstanding and all this other stuff. And they treated her basically. She was. I'm not going to say skanky, but she was very, you know, stereotypical black girl from the projects. Yeah. And they both growing up in this big rich house in Queens. Why one is acting like this and the other one's, you know, who you want to take home to mama. You know. That's a good point. Yeah. 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 So I even noticed that. That was 88 though, and you know that wasn't a theme. You know, 32 years later. Thank God. Right. Absolutely. Yep. Now we're going to get to some people that were in it. Okay. Hakeem. He looked pretty much the same, right? Little more weight in the face. Oh, he had a gut too. I did notice that. He definitely he could have worked out a little bit for the movie. He probably did. You never know. I did notice that. He definitely he had on a couple. Yeah. Let's see. Arsenio Hall, he looked pretty much, he don't look too old. Yeah. They look a little skinnier, but you know, of course we're going to get some weight in 30 years. Yeah. You know? So, I don't have a problem with this one here. She looks good. She looks good. I was very surprised, man. Yeah. Especially since we haven't seen a lot of her. Usually when they're out of the limelight, they blow up. But I don't know whether she went to battle training mode or something, but I was very impressed. Yeah, she's people care about their appearance, so you know. Yeah. And she was in the haves and have-nots, and she didn't look like that. She looked okay, but she was in the haves and have-nots, but she died. Her character died in that particular show. So I didn't know that. We got him, and I got a problem with him, but he looks pretty much. I got a problem with him. You know why? How you got a problem with James? Because DJ.
Hold on. So Dre always have had a problem with Mr. McDowell. Always.
Even I got a problem.
First show.
It's a different problem, Carl.
I need
Carl,
to hear this.
Okay.
Carl, I got over it. I got over the problems
Okay.
I've had with him, but I got a new problem with him.
You got a
Well,
problem
okay.
with James Evans. All right,
I don't
go.
because like how you going how you gonna leave your family and cheat on Florida and go start a whole new family somewhere else? How you gonna do that? And then you're gonna change your name. Oh, my name's James Evans. I'm going to leave my family. I'm going to change my name to McDowell, Cleo. I don't like him,
Carl,
man.
get your boy. Carl,
Yeah,
get your boy.
no. Look at him. Look at him.
Yeah,
I don't like this face, man. Look at this face. Look at this
What he
face.
does.
Everybody, look at this face. Let me enlarge it a little bit more. Look at that face. He's a dog. You know, he had a family.
Somebody take the mic
No.
away from this guy.
He had a family.
But wait,
Look at this.
hold
Look
on,
at
but-
this.
No, but Dre, but did he die in the show?
He faked
Yes,
his
he
death.
did.
He faked his death so he can go to McDonald's and open up McDonald's. That's a dang
Okay,
lie.
You need Jesus, bro. You need
No,
Jesus.
I don't need Jesus. Look, Carl, you're not seeing what I'm seeing. Obviously, you're not seeing what I'm seeing. Look at this happy family. Look at this
He
family.
died.
He didn't
Oh,
die. He
God.
faked his death. He faked his death. I
Lord,
know that for a
him and
fact.
Tupac. I know
Okay,
him and
Elvis.
Tupac. Got it.
Why? I ain't messing around with him. I got a problem with him. That's we gonna leave it at that.
Okay.
He's
All right,
a phony.
Moving right along.
All right, let's go. All right. Or
Ah.
Me too.
Now,
I have
this-
a question. I have a question for the board. I have a question for the board. When you saw him sing that in the first movie, did you or did you not realize it was a joke?
I knew it wasn't him singing.
I
No, he
thought it
sung
was
that.
for real.
He
No,
sung
I
that, but
knew
did you
it wasn't him.
realize the whole thing was a skit? It was a joke. Him singing what he was singing, the words, all that. I did not realize it was a joke until many years later.
Me either. I didn't realize it until you just told me.
Okay, there you go. My wife, Tisa,
Oh,
who
you mean the
know
first
well,
one.
Dre, she was like, "Yeah, you didn't know
Yeah.
that was a joke."
The first one, yeah, he's talking about the first one.
No,
Mhm.
I didn't know it was a joke either.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if,
man.
If you go back and you listen to the words, you realize it's a joke. It's definitely, it's not serious if you listen to the words.
Yeah,
But I
well,
was
that
like, oh, okay, he's going for it.
if that was
You're
it.
my
I wish I knew the whole words. Desire. I don't remember the word. I wish one of us would remember the words, man. Oh man. She's the queen.
The royal fire, completely free from infection.
That's what it is.
And do you remember how he ended? He ended on a high note like,
Queen. Oh man. So if he was a gimmick, then he had to be a gimmick. Mr. Randy Watson.
Well, we knew that. We knew that was a joke.
Oh man.
Oh, but let
bro.
me tell you, I saw an interview with it's the same interview with Eddie Murphy, and he says that Randy Watson was the first one to do the mic drop. And he said in his show, Eddie Murphy said, I used to throw the mic down and walk away. But he said Randy Jackson is the first one to do the mic drop, and he says he dares anybody to challenge him on that.
Wow, that is
A
true.
bit of Black history.
Give it. Where is he from? Who knows where he's from?
He's from Jersey. We all
No.
know.
Where's Randy Watson from?
Oh,
Come on, y'all. I didn't even study this stuff. I just know.
You just watched.
I mean,
bro.
did they say
You
Queens?
cheated.
Give it up
No, was it?
for Jackson Heights. Oh, Mr.
yeah.
Randy Watson.
Okay.
Come on, y'all, Randy Watson. oh man. So we got now. His name was what? Sweets? Was that Sweets? I think his name was Sweets.
I think so. I think
They
he
call
was in I think he was in School
don't
Days,
remember.
if I'm not mistaken. That actor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I ain't never seen him in nothing else.
Yeah.
Let's see. He looked the same, totally the same.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
Eddie. They put some more makeup on him.
Yep. And there goes my boy. That's
Mhm.
is that Clarence?
Made him age, though. You seen that?
They did.
He aged. Yeah, they made him
Yeah.
age.
Yeah. Now, let me zoom in on this a little bit. Yeah, because I can tell here. Yep.
Well, because let's be honest, when the original characters were all supposed to be in their 70s and at least,
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so 30 years, there was some
right.
creative liberties taken.
And in that movie Life, when Eddie Murphy got older, he looked just like this one here, and as he did in this right here. So he definitely looks older. I want to show y'all something. I got Louis Anderson, but I want to go through this skit. Okay, y'all ready?
Go.
Oh boy, he queued it up.
Hey, I started on cleanup just like you guys, but now I'm washing lettuce. Pretty soon I'll be on fries. Then the grill. After 2 or 3 years, I make assistant manager, and that's when the big bucks roll in.
Start rolling in. Yo, Carl, he waited an entire week to do this, right?
I did. I did. I couldn't wait. I was so excited. The dance thing, I did that. That was like improv. Like I just decided to do that about 2 minutes.
We know.
Oh man, yeah, man. But so look, I don't know why that beep keep going off. I think I did something there. But look, that's all, man. I just want to talk about this, man. We about to wrap it up. Anything y'all want to say before we wrap it up?
No, I think we summed everything up, bro. But thank you for inviting me onto your show.
No doubt, no doubt.
Good breakup in my day. I needed some laughter, some humor, so I appreciate this.
Yeah, definitely. So, what about you? You good, Dave?
Oh, I know this was a therapeutic experience for you, Dre. But as always, it's much fun and real like it was last time. Number one, you know why I call you number one?
Yeah, okay, all right. You wild, man. You wild. So, right. I want y'all to stay on. I'm going to just close the show out, and I want y'all to stay on. So I'm going to end the show, and I'm going to say thank you for listening. We appreciate you. The show will proceed. This show here will proceed in another 7 days. You may go home now.